Your boy's got it. Your boy has got the new it. Now, getting into it straight and from here on out, oh wow, the camera feed is back and it's better than ever. I don't know if it was YouTube or if it was just me. And the good news, Uncle, if you're watching this, yeah, we don't probably have to get that new computer just yet, but seriously, I'm grateful. I am so thankful for the fact that I've got my dream car. I promise this is my baby, and I will treat her even like my dad told me when I manifested about the fact that this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for, of course, the long days, so many years just working, finding a way to manifest my dreams and goals, and just making it back to the top. So, yeah, that's where we're at. And I just want you guys to know right now, I'm very grateful for the 78 and counting subscribers that we've got going. Because, like I said, this is impossible. Obviously, without you guys, like this 20 years ago, me sitting on a little toy wagon BMW and just now finally getting the same red color that I've always wanted. So, and in fact, I'm wearing red. Um, Getting straight into it though for the NBA guys. So the Nuggets played the Kings. I'm not gonna quote bullshit you guys on this one. I'm gonna get straight into it because this was an interesting game considering the Nuggets were down even in the first quarter. Usually we would be better at home. And I actually want to take a look at the stat lines because this was just very interesting seeing as how the Nuggets just looked either off or you know how it is, man. Some days they'll play like a whole team and some days they just look like completely different on the other end. DeMar DeRozan had 43 minutes, but he was 14 for 32 field goal wise. He had 35 points, but was a -8, unfortunately. Um, I give credit to Zach LaVine now, 7 for 16. He had 20 points. Jonas Valanciunas. Like the Kings are still built, and I think they're obviously going to make the playoffs. I think they definitely will, but they got a lot of competition if it's going to be against say Minnesota, LA. There's a bunch of teams. I'm gonna have to relook at the standings, but as for the Nuggets, so Jokic is the only one in him and Jalen Pickett -7 and -9, but it's okay because he still had 22 points. He was 0 for 2 from three, but he had 9 for 18 field goals. Jamal was 4 for 10, unfortunately, from field goal, but he was a plus 21 because he still had 24 points. He had 14 of 15 free throws. That's crazy. Russell Westbrook, a +6 with 25 points. He had 4 for 7 from three, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He had a total of 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Not the best game, but I do just want to say right now that, yeah, thanks, Uncle. I seriously can't believe that Russell Westbrook, man, after all these years fighting either Philly fans, Nuggets fans, even lone Laker fans or San Antonio, like so many people he's gotten into it with. But I'm very grateful, not just for him, but he really is the player we needed. The fact that in 2017 when I saw him making headlines that he's just going hungrier than ever, beating teams, just dunking harder, like nonstop, unstoppable. Russell Westbrook, man, like this is the guy we need, and it's great that he's in the starting lineup again, considering we need that offense. And I know the turnovers will be costly, but as long as he can limit it, and they definitely know he was joking when he said, "I will rather make 20 turnovers just trying to get the ball to Jokic," but it's just like, hey, as long as we get the ball in Jokic's hands, it's a masterclass regardless. But Zeke Naji, man. So talk about even with a low stat line, 10 points, but he's coming off the bench, but +9, hit a three. He's obviously, he's having to guard some of the hardest guys, and he may not be able to put up so many numbers, but he is playing like we need. So in a way, it is necessary. It is really tough. Someone's got to do it though. I think Zeke, in a way, I take back what I said sometimes about how he can be annoying or it's just frustrating to watch him. But seriously, it's crazy how yeah, some of these guys, man, you just see how like what is it? Zeke was like, yeah, he's been with us for more like 4 years now, I think, but he's still playing as if he's a seasoned veteran in some ways now. He understands how to play. He's won a championship with us off the bench, and yeah, just contributing in every way possible. The Celtics, speaking around the association today, because yeah, the Nuggets still get the victory, 116 to 110. The Celtics right now, even though they came fresh off a win against us, 128 at home. Peyton Pritchard, man, I actually want to talk about him real quick because Peyton Pritchard, if you don't know, I think he went to Oregon, but dude, this guy, man, He had 43 points off the bench with Derek White, who had 41 points. But I'm like, wow, just wow, man. Talk about consistent shooters. But dude, Derek White, and of course, you have Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown had 18 points. Jason Tatum, oh, wait, no, he wasn't even playing today. I don't think so. Let me look at the injury report real quick. Is he out? No way. He's been ruled out for his shoulder. I see. So they're just resting him. Sam Hauser got some minutes. Let's see here. Al Horford was playing in its center. Cornette, White, Brown. The Celtics, man. They give everybody problems, man. Not just because of their 3-point shooting, spacing, or whatever. It is a tough juggernaut. Like, I wouldn't even call them a juggernaut because they're still beatable, but it's just like, wow, when you talk about the Celtics just winning the championship and everybody noticing how dominant they've been still. I mean, they're winning right now, but when you've got the Cavs who have the best record in franchise history to start right now, it's good to see how they're dominating or I think it will be a 7-game series come Eastern Conference Finals when it's the Celtics versus the Cavs, C's versus Cavs. It's going to come down to a game 7, I mean. And I think it's going to be legendary. Moving forward, though, after the Celtics and Blazers, this is the one I really want to talk about. So the Thunder defeat the Grizzlies, and that's good because the Grizzlies have been kind of losing a bit lately. Um, Man, I tell you, 14 for 25 for SGA. He is a plus 19 with 41 points. He is just destroying everybody. And I know it may come neck and neck with him and Jokic, but if you're going to be scoring like that, man, yeah, he's more than likely winning that MVP. And I give him respect. But just seeing as how everything goes right now, Jokic, SGA, maybe Luka Doncic, like it's so wild to see how the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Lakers are neck and neck. They're tied for the 2 seed, and the Lakers may have the tiebreaker because they won this last game. But I think the Nuggets, they're going to be wanting revenge. I know they will. It's not impossible. I think it's going to happen. I find it funny even because Memphis has fallen to 4th, Houston's 5th. I'm not buying Golden State. Yeah, Golden State might be a threat if we ended up facing them in the playoffs today. And yeah, just to be fair, you've got OKC sitting at the 1. Minnesota would be the 7th seed. You've got the Clippers at 8th, Sacramento at 9. Dallas is they've fallen to 10th. It is wild, man. I'm looking at all the standings, and I'll get to Dallas's in-depth story here in a bit. But man, you've got Cleveland who's clinched the playoff spot with Boston more than likely. You've got New York. I'm so surprised right now that this is even happening. New York, Milwaukee. You've got Indiana at the 5th seed, Detroit at the 6th. Then Miami, Orlando, Atlanta, and Chicago are all in for the play-in. So that should be an interesting competition, seeing where it heats up. But yeah, it'll be a lot to tell. But so you read the title. This is going to be mainly about the Dallas Mavericks, the unfortunate situation that they're in because they have lost not just players due to a trade, but via injury, via yeah, it's mainly been the injury bug bothering the Mavericks lately, but they've also had guys just sit out due to rest or health concerns. And I think when you lose Dante Exum, Anthony Davis, who else is on this list? Kyrie Irving, obviously. Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively. Most of your centers are out, or all your centers practically are out. Jaden Hardy is injured. PJ Washington, for his ankle, is out. Caleb Martin has been ruled out. This is really really tough. I bet right now, just seeing as how what is it, man? I can't imagine being a Dallas Mavericks fan. Like it hurts. It hurts to say it, but yeah, they've lost so much. Um, I don't know, man. I just can't imagine how frustrating it must be to be a Mavericks fan after losing Luka to the Lakers. He's happy, or they're in a way better position. The Lakers clearly won that trade, and it's so ridiculous. But I still believe that the Mavericks, if they somehow get lucky, get their players back, get healthy, find something to make a playoff push, even. I mean, there's still so much time. But I think the worst part about this is for the Dallas Mavericks when you lose your players, the ownership, the terrible GM Nico Harrison, and the Dumonts, or what is it, even the Adelson. Like, I hate that they're doing this because even though they say they're not moving the team to Vegas, which I doubt it, but I don't know, man. It's just interesting. Even my uncle was telling me. Shout out to my uncle Dean in Colorado. He was telling me that he's met the owners themselves. So they had a bar mitzvah before the guy passed away. But seriously, the Adelsons, not sure what they're thinking. There's going to be a lot to answer for because if Vegas gets an NBA team from the Mavericks or just somehow, some way, I'm all for it. That's not me being biased or anything, but it's just going to be interesting to see if Dallas, if the fans even want to keep it going because this has been a train wreck of a season right now. And even Jokic said it himself, no one is ever safe. Imagine if this was Jokic traded, just God forbid. God forbid. I would stop watching sports. Period. I would stop watching basketball. I would stop watching the Nuggets. I would stop watching any sport. Well, except the Avalanche. The Avalanche are a fun hockey team, or any Avs game. Any hockey game they say is always fun. So, yeah, guys. With that said, there's not too much else. Kyrie, man, I watched the whole IG live or the recording on YouTube. It's unfortunate, but go look it up, man. Yeah, the guy's expressing sincere pain, just like even Clay Thompson. I know is going to be there for his running mate. And he's the healthiest guy right now. They say on the Mavericks. I just find it unbelievable how this is happening when you consider just like wow. I know there's health issues and just random things unfortunately happen, and it's tragic actually. But yeah, who knows, man? There's just so much that I would even say that the Mavericks have to look into if they want to even make it into the play-in or playoffs, if possible, because I've been seeing all the stories, man. Are the Dallas Mavericks done for? Are they going to figure it out? Are they just going to be stuck in no man's land? I hope they make it because I was a Dallas Mavericks guy for Luka, but it was just an unfortunate end. But with that said, guys, this is all I got. I got early work tomorrow. It's good to see everybody. Shout out to Uncle Dean, whoever's watching this live or in the comments. Leave a comment, rate, like, subscribe. Shout out to everybody if you're watching. But please, guys, I'm really grateful for all things considered. Red, I got a red phone, red key, red card. Like, I'm so grateful for you guys. But hey, you guys have a good night. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next video.